Well, good morning, everyone. Finally got a good night's rest. If you didn't see my previous videos of picking up this old COE from Illinois, you can check that out. That'll basically explain how I got this truck. But today, next day after getting back in town, plan is I'm going to clean this thing up, clean out whatever stuff I put in the inside. I'm going to pressure wash the whole truck, see if I can get all the moss and everything off of it. The driver's side rear axle, the wheels are locked up solid, the brakes and everything are completely locked up. So I've got to get that freed up as well so I can get this thing rolled off the trailer into the backyard. And then we can really get a look at some of the rust and kind of try to determine how bad it really is and what kind of challenges I have ahead with this thing. So it feels good to be home again after this trip. It was a great trip. And man, I'm excited about this thing. I just want to get going on it a little bit. You know, the 57 is priority right now. But this thing I'm definitely looking forward to doing. So, all right, so this thing being an Illinois truck, of course, it's completely covered in moss. My buddy was actually laughing. He's like, man, you're going to have to keep watering this thing to keep it alive. But so we got to get all that stuff off of it. And I'm just going to pressure wash the whole truck all the way around. I did manage to get this door open, which is good. I just had to lube everything up a little bit. I want to get the thing all cleaned out and checked out so we can really kind of assess the damage on the floors. The floors actually didn't look too bad. Just most of the rot, you know, every one of them I see anywhere just like this, rusted out. I mean, the doors otherwise, not too bad, really. You know, at least all this stuff is for the most part here. You know, even the drain holes are okay. And you can see the dents there in the back of the cab. Got a few of them, which is expected. What I'd like to do is just take these outside duals off when I put it in my backyard and just leave a single tire on it. Those two tires over there are completely junk. And these two actually hold air, so I'll put one of them over there. So I've got two good tires on it. All right, I got all the lug nuts off the driver's side. I'm just trying to get this wheel off now. Lug nuts came off and everything. So now I'm just trying to get that thing separated. Whew, that one's rusted on there pretty good. You can see all the rust in here. So, doesn't look like it's moving. I'm just gonna keep beating away on this thing, see what I can do. It's moving. All right, well, that was a workout. Now, I gotta get this drum loosened up. So even if I have to cut it off, I don't care. Whatever I got to do to get the thing loose. I'm just going to try beating the hell out of it, and if it breaks, it breaks, but I'm not going to worry about it. I just need it to spin so I can get this thing to roll so I can unload it. Unfortunately, this thing this was on the downhill side, so it was angled like that, so it just filled up with water over the years. I'm probably gonna play heck trying to get this thing broke loose. All right, well, it cracked the drum, so. Yeah, put a big crack in it right there, so that's fine with me. Let's see if I can do that on the other side, relieve that tension. Well, it moved. All right, let me see if I can get it to spin. A couple more beatings, I think. There it goes. All right, looks like I got it. Definitely cracked and broke the drum, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. I'll never use them again, so I just need it to roll. Yeah, it's good enough to roll it off the trailer. I just need to be able to move it. That's all I care about. These things are so rusted and pitted, they're junk anyway. Passenger side rolls pretty good, but I'm gonna switch the tires around and put one of those tires over here and just leave the inside duals on. So hopefully the passenger side lug nuts will come off here. All right. That's all it needs. That's good enough. Well.
Yep.
Yep, that's it. That's all I gotta say is yep.
Yep, that's all I got.
That's all you got? You can't look at it for what it is right now.
Oh, I know. Sure is mossy.
Yeah. Cameron said I need to water it to keep it all alive.
Oh, yeah. This is true.
It's kind of like me, a work in progress.
You're funny. I wonder what the sign says on it.
Something lumber company. I can't quite make out the top. And then, of course, Hannah City. I see an M.
Mac.
Mac, M-A-C-K. Yeah, maybe it is Mac. Yeah, because I can read lumber company on the other door. Yeah, this is definitely a brushwork here.
Yeah.
You can see the strokes.
Yeah.
Pretty typical of the era, I think. Pressure washing, it'll take all that off. Unfortunately, it's going to take off a bunch of this too, but it won't take that off, I don't think. But oh, look at that original emblem. I'll show you that up close in a second here. Probably should have got a tetanus shot. Well, seat frame doesn't look too bad. It actually looks usable. It's just surface rust. And here's the original doghouse. Now this motor, all the valve trains off of it. As you can see, for whatever reason, so this thing's just been open and exposed to the weather, so it's junk. I'm not gonna mess with it. There was water in the oil pan, and it sat there for so long, it rusted a hole in the oil pan, and it started leaking when I loaded it. So I'm pretty sure the motor's just been full of water, because it hasn't had a hood on it in God knows how long. Got a little rot here at this cab mount, and of course this right here. But really, I mean, I'm actually kind of impressed with the floors. They're not that bad. Underneath the seat area here is all pretty good. Gas tank will obviously go away. I don't need that. The firewall looks great. Still has its original color. Underneath the dash area is pretty bad. It's pretty rusted. But you can get these dashes. They do make them. I don't know if they make this one specifically with this design, but at least if I can get one and kind of do some patches, I can definitely fix that. Original gauges. Of course, there's rot over there. I think I can use the pickup truck panels that they sell for fixing that, the kick panels, and I think I can cut those out and graft them in, because they are a little different for the cab over. And then I did get an extra front lower valance with it, and then some window surrounds for the other set of doors. And of course the rot here. Now, so what I was talking about as far as the keeping this floor flat, I might just completely rebuild this entire floor so it's totally flat. I don't want a big doghouse in here with a V8 or nothing like that. I would like to try to retain this floor and keep it as flat as possible. These cabovers, they're just so tight. They do seem smaller, a little bit more cramped than the pickup truck. So I'm going to do what I can there as far as making it flat. If I had to do like the stock one, just a little hump in the middle, I could get away with that. That would be fine too. That's another reason I'm thinking about putting the engine behind the cab. So if I do put the engine behind here, basically the front half, the accessories, I could move it forward to where it's basically underneath the seat right here. And then the rest of the engine will be back here. And then I won't be too long of a wheelbase by the time you get back to the tail shaft of the transmission. I think that'll work. I've seen a few guys do that. And then of course that structure, original structure, I'll have to rebuild it all. So it opens up that space, of course, around the engine. That's not a big deal either. Now, of course, I say a lot of this is not a big deal, but obviously it's a ton of work. And it's going to be a ton of work, and I know that. I know what I'm in for here when I bought this thing, of course. So I think it's just going to be one step at a time, one thing at a time, basically. Just trying to figure everything out. I need to figure out what chassis I'm going to put this thing on first. That's going to be my number one thing. The hunt will begin soon or eventually for a chassis for this thing, but for right now, I just want to get it cleaned out, get it pressure washed, and then I can really kind of get a visual of how far the rust is gone and the damage. All right, here's the emblem that was inside the truck. That's pretty cool. I think this was on the hood. A couple of the studs are broken off, but pretty cool though. Original piece. I can definitely restore that. That's not a big deal. Here's the original ashtray, so that's nice that it's in there. Not sure what this is for. Battery box cover. Just hose clamps, gas cap. This is the grommet for the fill neck. And then the floors. And really they're not that bad. That's all rusted out where the insulation was in there, but pretty solid otherwise. I didn't even realize they had a secondary door in there like that. That's the passenger side one. That's in good shape. This one's not too bad. Again, a little bit of rot there. I think this insulation just held water and it made it worse. Rusted along here, of course. I mean, really, for an Illinois truck, it's not that bad. Of course, my wife doesn't think so. All right, view from the other side here, passenger side. Got some rot, of course, to deal with there. But the floors over here seem to be okay. I'm gonna vacuum this thing out, pressure wash it, and then I'll really get an idea. Lots of nuts and stuff from squirrels, but I don't see any evidence of mice really though. Mostly squirrels. I don't see a lot of rat crap or nothing. It's a funky shifter. Goes up from here. Jogs all around here. Under the dash on this side's okay. Some rot there, and then again right there in the middle you can see the original emblem there. It's kind of cool. Oh yeah, that's what's falling off. Yeah, shoot. It's pretty rusted. It's pretty bad. I'll look and see if they make these again. I don't know. So from everything I understand, the dashes and everything are the same for the cabover and the pickup truck as well. The big difference with the cab is a little bit of difference in the floor and the firewall right there for the engine. And then also, I think there was a little bit, there was a difference. I could be wrong on that. But of course, and then this part of the cab right here is different for the cabover. But otherwise, from what I understand, everything is the same. So this original seat pan, I don't know if I'll keep this thing or just put more of a modern seat in it. We'll see. We'll see how that goes later. Gas tank can come out. I'll pull that out of here. Yeah, I expected these corners here to be completely rotted out and gone, and I expected all this to be rotted out and gone. These are the same as the pickup truck, so if I bought ones for pickup truck, the rocker panels, I can just kind of graft that on there. This is going to be a challenge, having to completely rebuild this corner. I have nothing to go off of. Both of them are gone, so that's going to be kind of a guessing game. So that'll be a challenge for sure. That's cool, you can see the name now.
Yeah.
Is it RG? Looks like RG. Mackem. RG Mackem lumber. M-A-C-K-E-M. Huh?
M-A-C-K-E-M.
Oh yeah, okay. It's completely gone on the other side. Mackemer.
What's the first letters on your side, the other side?
RG, was it? I think it's RG. RG Mackemer. What? Okay. Lumber. Hannah City, Illinois. Cool. That's cool. Alright guys, well, I got that thing pretty well pressure washed off. Got all the moss off of it. Looks pretty good. This book's pretty cool. Looks a little different. It's cool that the lettering came out the way it did. So, yeah, it looks like RG Mackemer. Well, it's there's ER on the other side, but over here it's not here. Or it's, I don't even see traces of it. It's just gone. But yeah, Lumber Company, Hannah City, Illinois. So looks like EW, looks like 6,000 or something, I guess. That's what it looks like. Pretty sweet. I'm not going to waste my time on the frame because I don't care about it. But yeah, you can see the Mackemer right here. M-A-C-K-E-R. M-E-R. So I'll have to look that up, see if there's anything left of it. I don't know, it looks like this green paint was painted over it, so I wonder if I could scuff that a little bit and try to bring that out a little bit more. Yeah, it looks like somebody just painted over it with some house paint or something. Definitely some brushwork there, so I wonder, I don't know, I'll have to mess with it later, but pretty cool. So, got the inside done. Doesn't look any different on the inside. Yeah, the camera's probably having a hard time picking it up, but you know, it's just all surface rust, so. Motor cleaned up just a tiny bit. Not that I'm worried about it, but. Alright, so I'm gonna work on cleaning up my mess now. I gotta hose off this driveway and the trailer and get my mess cleaned up. And then I'm gonna work on, I gotta straighten the steering tie rod. It's all bent. So I'm just gonna hook the winch to it and just try to pull that thing back, straighten it out so I can steer it a little easier. We had a heck of a time steering it, getting it on the trailer because the thing was bent so bad. And then I'm gonna work on unloading it. I can put it in the backyard. I'm gonna put it on the other side of my house so it's out of the way for now. And then I don't have to worry about it for a little bit. And then kind of decide from there what I'm gonna do with it. So I have a plan of what I wanna do with it, but I'd be curious to hear your guys' input. Like I discussed in my first video, I definitely am gonna frame swap this thing. Either, I don't know, a van chassis or a dually chassis. I guess it basically just depends on what I can find. Honestly, probably the cheapest thing I come across is what I'm going to end up using. So, but if you have any ideas, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think I should do with it. Again, I do want to drive it, so I'm trying to keep the wheelbase short. You know, a ramp truck, something like that would be awesome. I'd love to do that too, but that's not really practical for driving it around town. So I'd like to just make it like a nice big old pickup truck, you know. Basically I'll build a custom bed for it and stuff and go from there. So yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty happy with that. I cleaned it up pretty good. There's a little more rust in that seam up there than I thought, so I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna fix that. That'll be a challenge for sure. I think you can get the whole back of these cabs. I think they're available if I have to. And then again, this is gonna be the big challenge, is rebuilding this whole corner right here, because I have nothing to really go off of what's left. I just kind of have to guess as far as how far down it needs to go. It's definitely going to need a considerable amount of sheet metal work. Nothing I'm really concerned with or afraid of doing, that's for sure. I know, I'm up for it. I do like the lettering on those doors. I just don't know. I mean, I'm going to end up losing the patina of this thing anyway. If the body was in a little bit better condition, I would try to save the patina of it. But by the time I start getting into doing all the sheet work, yeah, I could try to match the paint. Maybe, I don't know, I'll think about it. Let me know. What do you guys think? Should I try to save it or just strip it, start fresh? It looks like it worked. Now what I'm going to do to unload this thing by myself is I'm going to take that hook and I'm going to come up here to the front where I'm going to grab the beam, and I'm basically just going to pull it off the trailer backwards. The only thing that I haven't thought about is some kind of braking system, but I just need a way to slow it down as it comes off. I'll figure that out in a minute once I get it in the backyard. All right, she fits barely. It's really close to the eave there, backing it in, but it's just enough room. So this side of the yard is just barely wide enough, but it's good enough. All right, so I gotta get the ramps. Oh, I forgot to get the ramps out. Oh, That was a fail. I might have to pull the truck back out to get the ramps out there. They go in on the side. I totally forgot. All right. Oh, man. If you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough, I guess. All right, I got lucky. That would have sucked to have to do it all over again. All right, looks like I'll be in good shape. I just got to figure out a way to slow this thing down as it comes off. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that just yet. All right, so I got a, well, safety chain right here. It's about as long as the ramp or so. So I'm hoping that as it starts going down, the chain will at least catch it if it wants to take off real bad. The brakes actually drag pretty hard on this thing, so I'm hoping that it won't do that too badly. But I guess we'll find out here in a minute. It'll either work or it won't, basically. So, all right, let's see what happens here. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing this at all. I wonder if I put a strap around the drive shaft and put a lot of tension on it, if that would kind of maybe slow it down. I could try. I guess it's better than nothing. I don't know. What do you think? Think that'll slow it down? Let's find out. You ever have one of those uneasy feelings when you're doing something that you know you probably shouldn't be doing it, but you're going to do it anyway? Yeah, that's the feeling I'm having right now. It's a little nerve-wracking. This thing's heavy. Let's see here. I'm almost off here. I'm just starting to hit the end of it. I honestly think this is working. I think once I hit that end, there's no going back, so. Holy crap, it's actually working. Yeah, look, it stopped partway down the ramp, so that drive shaft thing is working. So, all right, well, let's keep going. Crap, it works. Look at that. Awesome. Yeah, that saved the bacon right there. Okay, let me move this stuff out of the way. I definitely am not uneasy about this at all now. Works pretty good. I guess a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, eh? Okay, now I'm getting to the end here. The winch cable's kind of running out. I gotta figure this out now. Kind of running out. I got a little bit more, but I think I'm gonna have to find the right balance with that ratchet strap to where it'll slow it down, but it'll let it kind of roll off. I just changed the tension on this a little bit. Boy, that thing is heavy. Now if I pull this and I let it go, that cable's gonna flip back the other way, and and it should hold it. It should keep it. It's just going to spin that back around. Oh. Beautiful. That's it. She's on the ground. How about that? She's on the ground. Behold, my genius. All right, well, she's home for now. Oh yeah, what a sight. All right, old cabover, no more freaking salt for you. No more moss, no more snow. So, yep. All right, well, she's home for now, but appreciate you watching. Kind of a fun little project here, just getting this thing offloaded. The strap around the drive shaft works awesome. All right, well, let me know what you guys think. What I should do with this thing. Should I do 1-ton dually frame? Should we do a single wheel 3/4 ton? It's definitely going to get a frame swap. I have no doubt about that. It's just too much work. This original frame's just not worth it. I considered it, but it's not worth it. Then I got a modern chassis, modern brakes, modern everything. It's just, yeah, it just makes more sense in the end. This is not going to be, you know, a beautiful show quality frame off restoration. This is going to be fix the sheet metal, get it sealed up, get it in good condition, put some kind of paint job on it, and just drive it and enjoy the heck out of it, you know. Just having this thing out on the road where people can look at it and enjoy it is all I want, because people don't see it, you know, and I got so many thumbs up and stuff, people waving at me coming home with this thing, because, you know, neighbors are all eyeballing it and stuff, because they don't know what it is, you know. People just don't understand what these things are. So that's going to be my goal, is just to have it on the road, you know. So I'm not going to go crazy on a budget. I want to, you know, I'd love to have this thing done as fast as I can, but yeah, that's a beautiful sight right there. Yeah, I love it. The thing is so cool. But for now, it's on the ground in Arizona. Thanks for watching, guys.